All right, so we're kicking off with a viewer submission that is a Saffron Olive special here. So we've got Mardu Dreadhorde, which this is technically a combo deck. So we've got the Wanderer here, which says prevent all non-combat damage that will be dealt to you and permanents you control. And then we pair this with Command the Dreadhorde here, which says choose any number of creatures and or planeswalker cards in any graveyards. Command the Dreadhorde deals damage to you equal to their total converted mana cost, then you put them into play. So if you have Wanderer out, you can Dreadhorde and pick back up literal everything and take no damage. This deck is playing cards like Gorging Vulture, Calls the Dead, and Mire Triton to fill your graveyard up. And then, in theory, you can kill your opponent when you command the Dreadhorde because you can put Syr Konrad the Grim into play along with Nightmare Shepherd, Woe Strider, Kroxa, and all these other things that trigger and deal a bunch of damage and put things into the bin. So, as always, the key to not being disappointed in life is having low expectations. So let's go ahead and queue up some matches with this. I think there's a good chance that we are a little bit too clunky to be super competitive in this standard format. We're going to give it a few shakes and see if we can pop off once or twice. It's like it's medium, but it's sweet when it goes off. Morning, Goldfish. Yeah, it's the goal. Some of the decks we play on this stream are decks like we're trying to optimize and try and make them as competitive as possible. Other decks like this one, it's like, well, let's see if we could do the thing, huh? Is Supplier still legal? That card rotated, right? That seems fine. Needs to run some lands off, but actually has a reasonable selection of spells. Like both Mire Triton and Calls the Dead. Like these are all real spells, right? Yeah, M19 is out. Okay, well, unfortunately milled the white source there. If we run off, hitting Kroxa is a good thing, though. If we run off a couple of lands, curving Triton into Calls the Dead into Kroxa, escape is real good. He says before he bricks and dies. It's around 25 or 26 lands. 25. That's probably close to correct. Got a couple of temples in it too. Maybe a little low. We are trying to curve out to like 5 and 6. Can I show off the pet? I definitely can. What does it do when we click on it? It's a good reminder. What does it do? Look at it. Look at it. It jumps up and stuff. Declan's gonna like that one. That's great. Yeah, I'm not gonna cover or restream every spoiler thing they do today. We're gonna get lots of spoilers in really rapid succession. Because I believe this week all of the spoilers occur this week, right? We have a full spoiler come. Yeah, we have a full spoiler in like a little over a week from now. All right. Let's bring in a bunch of removal spells here. We have an eternally relevant spoilers command in chat. Although, we need to get rid of the last part. So, I've got tentatively 6, 7, 8 extra removal spells to bring in here. I think I'm going to trim Calls the Dead. The Kroxa plan is maybe a little bit slow. I don't think I want to cut the full meme at the top end. But it's also hard to keep all of these expensive cards in if I'm bringing in this much removal to try and stay alive. Maybe Nightmare Shepherd's the trim. So I can keep these. Godspeed, Space Herring. Christy and I were putting together shopping carts last night to figure out where we're going to get stuff from on Friday when she goes out. this is fine, I guess. We at least have our lands, unlike last game. Not having any cheap removal could be bad. Hey, sweet. So it's good solid curve here. Go 2, 3, 4, 5 here, right on up the curve. This is actually a 5-4. Like the stat line on here is pretty reasonable. This is a 2-2, so it'll be able to trade with Dreadhorde Butcher here even after it hits us, which is nice. We gain 1 life for each creature. Unfortunately, only hit 1 there. But if we trade these here, we actually get to escape Kroxa next turn, which is nice. So we're hoping not to get active trees at next turn. Active trees would be real bad for us. This is one thing that's a little bit of awkward tension. Like, Kroxa is just a good card in this deck, and we're filling up our graveyard. But it is exiling stuff out of our bin does give us less value with Dreadhorde down the line. Okay. Hey, Just John, thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So, I think I actually just do this because Wanderer's static text here means that Mayhem Devil and Dreadhorde Butcher can only hit the Wanderer, which is nice. Just John, welcome back. All right, we take those. Yes, cat is life loss, which is different than damage. I went down to 17 creatures post board. That's probably too few. I just realized I cannot resub using Bezobucks on the iPhone. Correct. So you kind of can, but you can't do it in app, I don't believe. You have to like log into the desktop version of Twitch through your web browser. It's super clunky, but it is possible. Yeah. You usually wait for build-around submissions of new cards so the entire set is spoiled? No, that's actually good. That's a good question. So build-around submissions for any of the cards that were spoiled today are open now. I don't take full deck list submissions until the whole set is spoiled. So if you have a specific deck in mind that you want to submit, I won't entertain those until the whole set is spoiled. But if you want to submit a build around so it can sit in the queue and start building up points now, you are allowed to do that. Griffin Sin, thanks for the 26 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Furious Squirrel, thanks for the 27 months. Yeah, I'm going to keep this. We got this to fetch white, and we've got like 2-3. As always, if you have a build around or a specific deck idea you want to submit, you can do it on my website there by following the instructions in that link. Easy bottom. This card was really sweet. Both its +1 being card advantage and its down tick, like, ramping you up effectively is nice. You could probably build a really sweet You could probably build a really sweet, like, birthing pod style deck with this card's -2. Yeah, like you set your deck up, so like, you set your deck up in a way so that like, you only have cards that cost, like all your 4-drops are, you only play like 1 4-drop, 1 5-drop, 1 6-drop, etc. It's not even through the breach, it puts it into play from your deck, right? I believe is what it said. Yeah, it's like it's more similar to Polymorph, but it has a restriction on what converted mana costs it can hit in a really powerful way. Yeah, it's more similar to a Cascade type effect. So it's an effect that cares about mana cost. Only it scales up instead of down. Yikes. So we're dead? I believe we've died. Pioneer is play 8 mana elves and Ulamog. Yeah. So it's a lot more powerful than Polymorph, Texas Horror. Because of the... It's a lot more powerful than Polymorph because of the converted mana cost restriction. Yeah, it explicitly says higher mana cost. So they didn't really give a full description of the companion mechanic. My understanding from a glance of what they explained is that your deck just has to meet a certain deck building requirement, and the requirements will differ based on what the companion cost is. It also comes with limited event entry, which is effectively booster packs, just a per. If you meet the deck building restrictions, it acts like a commander. Okay, so you can like recast it multiple times then? Is there a full rules breakdown of it? Is it in the sideboard, not the command zone? That's a good observation. Watsy thought Mutate and Oko would be fine in the same format. So if it starts in your sideboard, it takes up one of your sideboard slots then? Okay. Once during the game, you may cast your chosen companion from the sideboard. Doing so follows all the normal rules. Okay, sure. So it's just free card advantage if you can meet the deck building requirement mostly trivially. Well, you know, nothing like milling 3 lands when you need to draw land, huh? Maybe I'm supposed to sack the Goat to Scribe. in response to Tef rebouncing.
Here we go.
Okay, so mutate follows the same rules as bestow, basically, where it like always happens. Now, I'm pretty sure bestow targeted. And it was just mechanically done in a way where if its target became invalid, it just came into play. Yeah. Alright, now we can stay there, huh? About Nightmare Shepherd right on time. Yes, bestow triggered historic. That's a good memory. You're super right about that. Correct, Silence. That is accurate. We might get layers. What's a layer? Drakensturm. What does that mean? About to get Mystic disputed here. It's brutal. Well, so far, this is going exactly as expected. This one might be a quick set. These last few standard decks in the queue that are bad, I don't know that I'm gonna play them for a full hour. We might just do the 2 or 3 promise matches and then be done if they just get beat up. Give them enough games to try and give them a fair shake, but yeah. They were tricolor bounce lands. Oh! Oh yeah, those were like an invasion, right? Plane Shift, yeah. Yeah, those were... I started playing, Apocalypse Odyssey. Vaguely remember those. Yeah, trying to assume, you know, rules of how new things will work tends to not always work out well because there are times where they adjust the rules to make new mechanics work how they want them to work. There's a companion spoil that requires you to have only even cards in your deck. Come on! Seriously? So we actually are Hearthstone now, huh? We are just full on Teferi Time Raveler reprint confirmed. Magic is now Hearthstone. Let's not talk about that person, TDM. They're a pretty terrible person. What's the best spoiler site? Mythic Spoiler is usually pretty good. They're usually the fastest. Mythic Spoiler tends to be the fastest in my experience. Scryfall has the best website, but they don't always update quite as quickly as Mythic Spoiler does in my experience. Yeah, I probably want to add a 26th land to this deck before we play a third match. They don't have enough cards in their vignette to escape Uro. That's good for us. I was like, why didn't they escape the Uro? They can't yet. Got it. Yeah, I think any of the aggressive decks are reasonable, per se. Interesting what the breakdown of decks ends up looking like. We're up to 140-ish people registered for the first Historic Open last I checked. Remember, if you're someone playing and you want to test your ability to stream your matches to Discord, excuse me, you can do that in the Subs Discord server at any time. I mean, they're reintroducing static abilities, so like the possibility of a 3-mana Planeswalker, the possibility of this being reprinted is on the table. Like, they didn't confirm that this card's getting reprinted by any means, but it's now like, it's no longer like this card won't be reprinted because it has a static text like it once was. Hey, Drunk Akuma, thanks for the 2 months, welcome back. I don't even know that we're behind at the moment. It's just exhausting, chat. That I feel like that's a good descriptor. I'm exhausted. Getting endlessly Tefried and Brazen Barward. It's just exhausted. Now 30's enough for Psi. 30's plenty. If you can do 1080, do 1080. If you can't do 1080, it's not disqualifying. Man, we are bad at hitting creatures with these vultures.
I got this.
I don't know that I can beat this Dream Trawler. I guess I can Nightmare Shepherd. This is at 3 though, and they're just gonna get to bounce something again. Like, I just don't. There isn't anything meaningful in the graveyards to Dreadhorde back at the moment. So I think I'm like hoping to block, get it back, mill for useful things. And like now Teferi pluses again. So like if I take the turn to play Konrad, he just goes back to my hand. I guess we'll do this. And we'll just like hope to draw another Dreadhorde down the line.
Sorry I'm late.
Hey, Cold Havoc, thank you for the 9 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Sacrifice this to get our scry on. Oh, I should have. We'll leave that there for now because I should have let the mill 4 happen before I scribed. Yeah, I should have let the mill 4 happen before I scribed. Let's do this.
Won't let you win.
It lets them exile the Woe Strider, but this puts 2 more cards in my bin. Also lets me... Yeah. Getting the draw in with this gets us closer to another Dreadhorde, perhaps. Yep. Oh, this lets them do that so they can kill my Planeswalker. Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. Looking for another Dreadhorde here.
Don't make another move.
Oh. Yikes. That's a good line.
I'm not making this up as I go.
They have another Teferi, and they're going to get me again. Nope. Okay, so they're taking Teferi off my side of the table. I wonder if they have a counterspell then? That would... Maybe they just don't... Oh, they're going to Conqueror's Death Earth, sure. Or that. Alright, I mean, they don't have a counterspell. We could draw our 3rd Dreadhorde here and be okay. So I think we just do this. Actually, let's do this first. So this way if they go to exile this, we can sack it. We have 3 commands in the graveyard already. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, you're right. Alright. So we are probably dead this game anyways, but What does Lutri do that it's banned? What does Lutri do that it's banned in EDH immediately? Oh, it's a Highlander card. Okay, that makes sense. Did you have fun? I don't know. Did I play against Teferi? Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna cut a piece of top end here. Get an extra land in here. If its building restriction is make your deck singleton, that makes a lot of sense. It's just a free roll, right? It'll be okay, silly cheese. We'll probably have. What is a Highlander? Highlander card means one. You can only have one of each card in your deck. Commander, before it was an official format, was called Elder Dragon Highlander. Lutri isn't going to be instant banned. Well, I mean, the Commander Rules Committee literally did preemptively ban it. So, you're wrong. All right, get your actually out of here, Demonger. Ain't nobody got time for you. I'm gonna think to myself that this is the 26th land that we just added, which makes this hand a lot better, a lot more keepable, anyways. Sheldon Menery's Twitter. I know I need a white source to cast the Wanderer at some point, but I'm going to go ahead and just keep the guaranteed 4th land. I think getting my 4th land guaranteed is more important than having the extra color for Wanderer, especially with like 4, 5, 6 drops in my hand. MythicSpoiler.com should generally have most of the Magic spoilers up on it very quickly. So is this, whenever another creature card is put into a graveyard from anywhere within the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, deals 1 damage to each opponent. Does this trigger on my opponent's creatures dying too? Whenever another creature dies, or creature card is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, or another creature leaves your graveyard. This is, the first 2 lines are both players, right? It's only creatures leaving your graveyard that's one-sided. We can give Questing Beast. We must mutate the Questing Beast. No, you can only reveal 1 companion. from my understanding. So you don't just get like a free 4 extra cards. I think I just take this hit here. They're offering me the ability to block with my 5/4 because they can sacrifice something to finish this off, which I think is not a good exchange for me. Hey, Jameson, thanks for sticking on with the tier 1 sub. Okay, we might actually be able to Dreadhorde here for decent value without... well, poop. Morning slow. Yeah, looks like they did a pretty reasonable job with big giant monsters to start. The reasoning they gave for banning Lutrian Commander is it's a must play, which they don't like, but they leave Soul Ring unbanned. Yep. Yep. So they get to deal a damage, they get to draw a card. Wonderful to see them kill Mire Triton here. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Mire Triton back into play here. It gives me a chance to put more creatures into my graveyard to command the Dreadhorde back with next turn. Sick. I don't know what the process is going to be for paper tournaments for verifying that your opponent's deck is legal via Lutri. That being said, they're gonna have a few more months to figure it out. Well, are they just about to sack a bunch of things and put this Nightmare Shepherd into play? I would love to take your money to play Living End Eternal Witness. We'll hold a Bible in front of them and make them swear that their deck is legal under oath. Burn the heretic. No, good, I have not. Strictly an NRG policy. As a judge, this set is a hot mess. It makes me lose faith in this. This set on the surface looks like it's designed with digital in mind. It really, really looks like This is a digital first set. Oh, Syr Konrad is just 4 horsemen. Okay. That makes sense. Two, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15. I die if I do all of them. I'm going to take 2 more. How much damage can they deal me on board? So they could do 2 with this, and then 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can only take 9 here. So this is 5, 6, 7. So I can't get Woe Strider if I do this. I think this is lethal though. Play it safe and put Wander out first. Unfortunately, Magic the Gathering Arena doesn't allow me to cheat. So it's not legal play. Stupid client not letting me cheat. Perfect. Look at that. You love to see it, chat. Oh yeah. Yay! We did the thing. Look at that. 3rd time's the charm, chat. It took putting a 26 land into our deck. We wouldn't have gotten there if we hadn't added the land. Is it crazy to say this deck might be better without the Wander and the white? Yeah, maybe. It's probably not crazy. I clicked the mod view button. How do I escape? Hey, Pilot Ninja, thanks to 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I'm gonna keep this. It's like, not stellar, but it's like, got all my colors. It's got plenty of mana. We can cast any spells we draw. Don't paper tournaments already check decks if everything is legal? They sporadically check decks at random. I think the goal most of the time is they try to deck check 10% of the tournament, I believe. Is the target they aim to hit. A judge can pipe up. There's some percentage they aim to hit. I think it's 10. %10 is what you were taught. Yep. Wait, if the Otter isn't standard playable and it's banned in Commander... Sure, is it legal in Brawl? Hey, Snapcaster, thanks for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, let's go ahead and decree one of these. They'll sack it to the other. We'll go Plains, decree the other one. Sorry, when people are saying it's not playable, that's good. The jargon. People are saying the power level's not there. People aren't saying it's going to be banned like it is in Commander. I can see the confusion. Confusion there, and the language is easy. Yeah, between the counters, the ability counters, and the deck building restriction cards, a lot of these things that are really easy and elegant to do in digital that we've seen other games like Hearthstone doing for a long time, but they're gonna be messy and awkward to track in paper. That's for sure. This card's kind of good. Is kind of good with Cat Oven, huh? Oh yeah, pay 2, deal 2 to your opponent. I'm technically putting cards into their bin for their Woe Strider, but I'm also gonna be able to like wander or exile it. Although I guess they have Witch's Oven. Hello, youngest son. Good morning. How are you? Did you have a good sleep? I like your dance. You can dance if you wanna. You can leave your deck behind. Deacon dance. Deacon dance. Oh, you knocked yourself out. Oh, look, we got a new pet.
Dragon.
It's a dragon cat. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh no, I gave them, speaking of cats, I put a cat in their bin. I might have made a terrible mistake, chat. I might have made a terrible mistake. We're pot committed to milling with it now. You're obnoxious, child.
If you make a terrible mistake.
I did make a terrible mistake.
I make a terrible dance.
It's pretty standard, Declan.
Big piece of cardboard. Ooh, cardboard piece.
Oh, they're doing this in response. That makes sense. Declan.
Go. Are you cold?
It is a little bit cold.
No, it's really cold because I have
You have a fan? Are you my biggest fan, Declan?
Daddy, can you push on for me?
Just use the remote, dude.
No, I want push on.
You know how to use the remote. You're a big smart kid.
As you know, I'll trap you into the dungeon.
Go try, and if you get stuck, tell me and I'll come help. I think it's on the Netflix menu, though. Press the circle button. The center button. The OK button, dude. Yeah, Wanderer shutting off Devil is neat, and Konrad plus Midnight Reaper kind of makes it awkward for them to loop the cat, right? Oh, yeah. Wait, if I
It's not working.
It's not working. All right, I'm coming. If I escape 4 creatures here, they take 4 damage, right? That's sick. That's how that works, right?
The moat's gone.
Oh, yeah.
The moat's
Oh, yeah. All right, I'm into that. Let's go. Let's go. You're very silly. He knows how to navigate his television. He knows how to navigate the television when it starts from the home menu, but he doesn't know how to get to the home menu using the remote. Yeah, Konrad with escape cards is kind of sweet.
It's not working.
Dude, you need to go back out and pick a show.
It's not working.
Okay, I'll be there in a moment, dude. All right. What's your issue, dude? Pick a different one. I said that one's not working right now. The one you tried to pick. Said it wasn't working right now.
I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, the food makes things more complicated. Konrad could very well be lethal here, right? He says before he builds a brick house. Okay. Alright. There aren't any more creatures in here for him to exile, though, right? That's unfortunate. Hey, thanks for 21 months, Boy Toy Troy. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So they're dead, right? No, wait, it doesn't, right? Because it doesn't count itself whenever another creature dies. No, we're definitely short. So I could do 1, 2, 3 more. It's unfortunate. I'll be okay. If I attack with Woe Strider, they block, and then I have to sack these things first, and then they kill Konrad before this dies, chat, with the Mayhem Devil triggers. Yeah, they don't sack anything, they just block, chat. What does attacking with Triton accomplish? Why is attacking with Triton good? It's gonna be okay, chat. We've won. Konrad was like genuinely impressive there, huh? Like does a lot of things. Why did I exile Woe Strider instead of Mayhem Devil with Wanderer? I'm gonna give you a 10-minute break to go read the cards you're asking questions about. Captain Buckles, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. As always, deck building questions should always be answered by submitting the forum. I don't keep all the spoiler cards with spoiler text straight. So, if you're interested in having me play something, use the forum. This deck has low to the ground aggressive threats. What in our deck do you think constitutes low to the ground aggressive threats? I'm curious. That was a very good draw here. Gives us an actual board presence as opposed to just Kroxa, which will go to the bin. Konrad, it only costs 5 mana. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like, the converted mana cost of these cards doesn't make them aggressive threats. Like, look at what they actually are. Like, this doesn't really classify as an aggressive threat in the current climate. Whoa! We hit more than one creature. It's exciting. Yikes! Super punished for not playing Woe Strider. And we're dead. And we're dead. This deck's been a little bit sad. Every game I've just looked at it and been like, the correct decision is to board out the thing at the top end that we're doing that's fancy. At least we got to, like, half do the thing against red-black. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be pretty sparing with what standard decks we take from here on out. I've got 4 more standard decks in the queue after this, but I think we might just do an all Moto / historic week leading up to the historic open. Well, what's going on, Bob? I was just in a supermarket and decided to buy frozen pizza. All other flavors were available, but someone had bought all of the Hawaiian pizzas of all brands. Of course they bought the best pizzas. Come on now. A tried and true tradition, Bob. What do you do for work, Ornell? Well, we milled 1 red source. Let's get like cleaved into the ground here. Yeah, fit. I don't know. Just to give a wrap on this deck. This deck was bad. I almost didn't accept this deck, but it looked kind of novel. And I feel like I've had all of the novel beaten out of me in standard for the time being. The one non-novel takeaway was that Konrad here, along with escape card, seemed genuinely sweet. Like, getting to escape Woe Strider, exiling 4 creatures, and dealing 5 when you escape it, because you have Konrad in play, was excellent. The Wanderer, Command the Dreadhorde aspect of the deck was just absolute dog poop, though. I almost feel like there might be something worth exploring, like playing this card in an escape shell or with Cat Oven, because it just pumps out a lot of damage. Like, this could be like kind of like Mayhem Devils. This could kind of be like Mayhem Devils 5/6. Wild Ornell. Hey, Zaka Nafeen, thank you for the sub gifties. I appreciate that. Welcome. Welcome to the members of Oaklandia. All right. What are we doing? We're going to roll into some historic for the rest of the day. This is going to be a mostly historic stream until the new set drops in 2 weeks. So we're going to go ahead and hit a quick ad roll, like get the client restarted, get everything flipped over with my deck list and stuff. When we get back, we are going to kick the tires on some more Grixis aggro. We played this the other day and it felt excellent. So we'll see if it can have another good run or if it was just a fluke last time. So thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few. You do, Enya. Because you take the damage before they're in play. So you have to have Wanderer in play first. I believe is how that works. Now you're gonna make me read Command the Dreadhorde. Well, Stitcher Supplier's not standard legal, and Creeping Chill's not playable. Yeah, the card resolves in order. It's take damage and then put them into play.